If your organization is interested in pursuing a crowdfunding campaign, you'll be working directly with the staff at Hope4Humanity to get started initially. Developing your Fundly campaign is intended to be a very user-friendly experience. Every campaign created will be featured on the Hope4Humanity cause page, which is hope4.fundly.com. This cause page is really a centralization of all of the crowdfunding campaigns that Hope4Humanity's partners are creating. Once you have a login created, you will enter into your campaign. The back end of the campaign allows you to edit your campaign page, as well as communicate with your supporters and potential donors. You'll notice I'm logged in as Dan Wayne in the upper right portion of the screen. If you want to change the contact name on your campaign, navigate to your account settings, and here you can put in your organization's name in the first and last name fields. In my example, my organization's name is First Church. You can also change your password and edit your organization's avatar or logo by selecting Edit Profile Image. Your linked accounts refer to social media integration. We'll be coming back to this later on in the video. Finally, notification emails indicate when you'll receive emails from Fundly anytime you donate to your cause, or you receive a donation to your cause, or a new fundraiser has signed up to raise money on your behalf. People can also support your campaign by sharing the campaign through social media channels or emailing the campaign link to other people. So these notification emails will be sent from the Fundly system from your campaign anytime these actions are taken. You may also permanently delete your account from Fundly by selecting the Delete Fundly Account button at the bottom. Make sure to save your changes at the top and navigate back to your dashboard. The dashboard section of your campaign is where you will find performance about how your campaign is doing in terms of page views and the number of supporters that are interacting with your campaign, as well as donations that are coming in. Hopefully this performance section is showing upward mobility as your campaign gains progress. Best practice information and how-to articles are listed in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, so feel free to access these at any time. You also have the ability to change the campaign URL one time for your campaign if you decide you don't like the title of your campaign. Keep in mind that any campaign created with Hope4Humanity will have hopeforhumanity.fundly.com/your campaign name. Posting to Facebook and Twitter and other social media channels is a common theme throughout Fundly. By selecting Post Campaign to Facebook, this will add a widget to your Facebook wall asking for support for your campaign. Tweeting your campaign will send out a link to the campaign page and allow you to type in more characters related to the cause. I haven't yet connected my Facebook to this campaign, as you'll notice at the top of the screen. I need to get my campaign verified through Facebook. Not only does it establish authenticity for your identity, but it also allows you to auto-post to your personal Facebook page when desired. We'll come back to Facebook integration at a later time in this video. Finally, posting updates about your project progress is crucial for the transparency of your campaign, as well as to keep donors in the know and well informed. Having multiple updates per week is certainly recommended. You may attach a photo to add some color to the update, and then you can decide how you want this to go out. You can post it to your Facebook, to your Twitter, and also send an email to your supporters. Here it's trying to authenticate my Twitter account. I'm not going to go through this process. So that's the dashboard functionality. The last thing I'll mention on this is the active and hidden status of your campaign. If you're not quite ready to launch your campaign, you'll want to change the campaign from the active state to the hidden state. Once your campaign is finished, select Finished, and donations will no longer be accepted for the campaign. Next, let's navigate to your page. This is what your page looks like to the public eye. The steps for donating involve clicking on the Donate Now button and making a gift on one screen. A default donation amount is listed here, which we can set up in our settings. The donor then fills out their donor information along with credit card number and makes their donation. They can do a number of things like contribute anonymously or contribute on a recurring basis, as well as post to Facebook and add a message to their gift. You'll notice as you navigate down through your page, there are inline editing options allowing you to do things like updating your logo image and also selecting giving levels. Let's start here. Giving levels are important because it allows a donor to understand what their gift provides. In this case, I'm going to create 3 different giving levels. A $10 giving level, which is a supporter. Another giving level, which is $25, that's a backer. And finally, a $50 giving level. Obviously, the descriptions here will want to be longer and more well thought out. What I've done is I've added 3 different giving levels to my campaign, so as people look through the campaign, they can see what $10 actually provides. You don't want to have too many giving levels, but 3 to 5 is generally adequate. Think about what the money that's being given is going to be used for and explain that to your potential donors. Let's now review the gray section across the top of your giving levels. Home is where we're located. Updates just gives you another area where you can post updates, similar to where we did on the dashboard. Comments are going to be a very popular section where supporters, donors, and fundraisers type in their support for the campaign. Supporters will be listed here, which include fundraisers, donors, and people who are sharing your campaign. Next, you have a donation map. Right now, the donation map is blank, but as you obtain new donors, there will be dots placed on the United States of America for any donations coming in. So if you get 20 donors from California and 20 donors from New York, you'll see those 20 different tags or dots listed across the state where those donations came from. Finally, and most importantly, this tag feed is a very important piece. What this allows you to do is scan Instagram and Twitter for individuals who are hashtagging a unique marketing slogan for your campaign. So the way I like to use this is by scanning social media networks, you can find people who like you. And what I mean by that is by selecting a hashtag or by selecting a fundraising motto that fits your organization and is unique enough, you're going to find people that have similar interests to you and maybe are not involved in your campaign that could be. So let's take a look at a real-world example. Reach Philadelphia was an organization that created a campaign on Fundly through Hope4Humanity, and they used individual fundraisers to raise money for this community center renovation. Now, they did not use a hashtag, but what they could have done is in the back end of their campaign, put in a hashtag. We'll just do Reach Philadelphia. And what's going to happen is the top 50 posts from Twitter and from Instagram are now going to show up in my feed. What this allows me to do is find people who have an interest in my organization It allows me to thank people for their support, and it also allows me to find potential people who could be fundraisers for my organization. So this individual right here can't wait to move in to the new community center, but this person did not raise money as a fundraiser. She probably was not asked to raise money as a fundraiser. So she was not listed as someone raising money. That would be a prime candidate to reach out to and see how she might like to help. It doesn't just need to be donating or raising money. There's a number of other ways organizations need support. So this is a very useful area in your campaign that's only available to you, the campaign owner. Okay, let's now move on to the next section, which is Edit Page. Editing your fundraising page gives you a little bit more flexibility than the inline editing did in your page. Here you can change your campaign title, the goal for your campaign, the category, and also the campaign end date, as well as why you're fundraising. You'll definitely want to add images and videos for your campaign. You can upload a YouTube video, and then you can also tell more information about your campaign. So adding descriptions and pictures and bullets about what you're doing with the money, what you're doing and why you're fundraising is very important. Again, we have our giving levels. And then we also have color themes. So you're welcome to select a color that fits your organization or fits your campaign. And make sure not to miss the advanced options underneath this color palette. Advanced options really allow you to make things look good. So you can include a background image for your campaign. You can change the header color, the primary color. You can make your organization's colors. There's a number of things you can do. Make sure to hit save and update. And when you go back to your page, the background image will load, and it takes a minute, but it'll load and get less grainy. So now we're starting to put together why we're fundraising, the images, the background, and it's starting to look like a real campaign. Now, I just want to point out some quick statistics before we move on to the e-marketing portion of this video. What has been found in crowdfunding is that campaigns that gain 30% of their goal in the first week are much more likely to succeed than those that get off to slower starts. Campaigns on average take anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks in prep time. But what I know is that the strategy behind the campaign is a lot more important than how the campaign looks itself. As I mentioned earlier in the previous video, peer-to-peer fundraising is a very important way and a very important technique in obtaining funds for your goal and spreading the message about your campaign virally. So let's move on to the send email portion of the campaign. Sending email in Fundly is pretty simple, and it also is pretty powerful as well. Just one other quick statistic: if you send out 1,000 emails, industry standards say that you'll raise about $44. So for every 1,000 emails you send, you might get a few donations. Now in crowdfunding, it's a little bit different. You may see double or triple that amount per every 1,000 emails sent, or even higher. The reason is that this is a time-based campaign, time-sensitive campaign, and people are more willing to open their wallets for something that needs funding immediately. So when composing email, there's a few things you need to do. The first is importing your contacts. You have a number of different methods here. You can import your contacts from Gmail, which is a very simple option. You can import them from Yahoo, or you can add contacts through CSV, which is an Excel file, or you can add them manually one at a time. I prefer the CSV method. If I can get all of my contacts into an Excel file, I can very easily upload those individuals into the Fundly system. And once I've selected my CSV file, you'll notice that the emails and the names from that file have now been imported into the Fundly email tool. So that's one way of doing it. This is the preferred method. One thing to keep in mind is don't overload the system with 500,000 emails. I would try to limit it in blocks, and I wouldn't do a block of more than 5,000, just because at a certain point this is not an e-marketing tool like a MailChimp, but it is designed to quickly get the news out about your campaign. Okay? So now that we've uploaded our recipients, I can type out who I want to send this to, or I can choose recipients from my list of contacts that I've uploaded. Before I do that, I need to send out the message. What am I actually sending out? Well, we've developed templates within Fundly to help you out. One of those templates is to get donations, one is to get supporters, one is to thank people, the other is to create a custom template. So this could involve inserting your image, putting in your fundraising logo, doing a number of different things that would make this look really nice. So getting donations automatically puts the link for the campaign page in the email template. You can also add to this. So if it looks a little too structured for you and you want to add some language to this, feel free to edit it and then save the template. So I'm going to use this Get Donations template, and I'm just going to add a little bit to it. And hit save. And now I can choose my recipients. I can select all of them. So now I've got all of my recipients that I've uploaded, and send my email. So that's how you send email from the system. It's fairly straightforward. I think you should be able to figure this out pretty easily. Just keep in mind, again, it's important to hit people more than once with an email, and obviously the updates that you send will also be very important. So make sure to update and email. Next, let's look at the embed feature. Embedding a campaign card is something that's possible through Fundly that allows you to put a block representing your campaign onto another website. So you have the ability to copy some code, some basic text here, and put this into your WordPress website, your church website, whatever you're using as your content management system. You can work with your IT team and actually put up a campaign card or a donation form that allows people to donate or be directed to your campaign right from your homepage of your church or from your organization. Additionally, you have a donate button as well as become a fundraiser button if you're actively trying to get people to take certain actions. So these are pretty cool. It allows you to kind of show the campaign outcome as well as gives people a picture and a link to the campaign. Next up is settings, and in settings you have some redundancies with the notifications that we looked at earlier through account settings. So we have emails received. When will you receive an email as the campaign creator, as the person who is listed as the campaign owner, Dan.Wayne plus 787 at Fundly. Every time someone donates to my campaign, I'm getting a notification. Anytime I get a new supporter or a fundraiser or a team member. We haven't reviewed teams yet or fundraisers yet, which we'll get to, but just understand this will notify you anytime someone takes action on your page. Additionally, the system will automatically send an email out to your supporters informing them that, hey, we reached 25% of our goal, or we reached 50% of our goal. So you can turn these on or off. If you want to mute all of them, you can select the mute option here. You can also change where you want the emails to go to by, again, going to your account settings. Facebook integration is going to be covered in a separate video because I already have my current Facebook connected to a different account. But understand, when you connect your Facebook, this will open up the ability to post to that personal Facebook, again, anytime you get a new donor or a new fundraiser or a new supporter to your campaign. Keep in mind, this is your personal Facebook. That's a Facebook restriction that you must connect your personal Facebook to the campaign first in order to connect to a business account. So what that means is once you've connected, you can actually add an additional Facebook page to this integration. So if you're the manager or the administrator over the church Facebook page, you can connect that Facebook page to your campaign and actually post every time you get a new supporter to that page or a new donor to that page. And finally, we also give you the ability to embed a donation form directly on your church page or your organization page once you've connected to Facebook. So look out for another video that covers the Facebook integration, but just understand that it allows you to post to your Facebook and also to your business or organization Facebook page anytime you get a new supporter, donor, or fundraiser. Comments simply allows people to comment on the campaign. Payments reflects if you are receiving ongoing monthly payments and anonymous donors, yes or no. And then donation receipt. Every time someone makes a donation, they're going to receive a receipt from Fundly. Now, you can make this receipt as customized as you want. Again, you can add your image and say, "Thank you for your support." So this will go out. This is what goes out to all of your donors who make financial contributions. So you can create your own donation receipt for the campaign. We're going to skip over teams for now and lastly look at your page. Well, we saw when we clicked the Donate Now button, the $35 automatically came up as the amount that was default for the donor to give. You can change this to $10 if you desire, or make it higher to $50. It's simply a recommendation for the donor when they go to donate. So the higher, not always the better, but there's kind of a good middle ground, and we found that $35 is that middle ground. Finally, page actions. This is important. So allow donations, yes, that's automatically going to be turned on to yes. But allow personal fundraisers. This is the key. This is how you turn on the peer-to-peer fundraising component of Fundly. Select yes. Navigate back to your page. And scroll down along the right-hand side of your page. What has happened is a new block has appeared for people to become a fundraiser. So let's log out now as First Church and come to the page as I would as a donor or a supporter. This is what your page looks like to the public eye. I'm not signed in anymore to the campaign. And if I'm looking at this campaign page, I have the ability to become a fundraiser and sign up as an individual fundraiser. Okay, so I can join with Facebook or join with email or sign in if I already have a Fundly account. In this case, I'm signing up as a fundraiser named Don Wynn, and what's going to happen is I will get a fundraising page that rolls up to the community center campaign. So as soon as I hit join, what happens is Don inherits all of the master campaign information. He gets some wizard directions in terms of how to create his page. You can skip through this in the example. And now Don is raising money for the community center. So Don has his own page. Now, when he goes to edit his page, he's restricted in what he can edit. He obviously cannot edit the main campaign, but he can edit his page. So I'm raising money because I care about the community and love First Church. Each individual can have their own varying campaign goal. So maybe he's shooting a little bit higher for $1,000. He can have an end date for his campaign. As you can see here, we recommend 30 to 60 days from the start of the campaign. And he can also have his own default donation. Finally, uploading his own image to reflect the way he looks, or to reflect the images that he wants to show on his page. So Don is fundraising for the community center. Don hits save, and now his page looks like this. So it's a hierarchy in that the master campaign is the community center campaign, and Don is now a fundraiser for that campaign. He inherits the giving levels from the campaign. He can choose his own hashtag. He has his own dashboard. And then he can connect with his own Facebook. And this is really the power of peer-to-peer. So as he connects to his Facebook and posts messages and posts updates about his campaign, he's now reaching his Facebook groups and his Facebook friends, as opposed to simply the community center and First Church reaching theirs. So there's a lot broader reach and a much more viral reach now that you have fundraisers raising money on your behalf. Don can also post his own updates. He can also see the performance of his page compared with the campaign page. So going back to Don's page, if you select the community center here, that's going to take you up a level to the main campaign. I'm still logged in as Don the fundraiser, so as I scroll down, you'll notice there's the fundraiser, and I haven't uploaded an image, so I need to do that in my account settings. Click back on dashboard, go to your page. Again, we're now at Don's page once more. He now has a picture for the contact information. I can go up a level to the community center, and now I have a nice looking fundraiser there. So that is how the peer-to-peer component works. I'm going to log back out as Don and back in as Dan, the campaign owner. And it's time to take a look at the funds section on the black toolbar. Clicking into funds allows the campaign owner to download a list of donors as well as add offline donations to the campaign. By selecting download donor data, this will create an Excel file showing me all of the contributions over time to the campaign. I don't currently have any donors, but you'll notice the fields that are returned back to you as the campaign creator. The amount, the giving level, if one was selected, the names of the donors, whether or not they were a fundraiser with your organization, and additional fields. This is very helpful in getting the data back into your donor database so that you can cultivate those donors to higher levels of giving over time. Finally, looking at your fundraisers, understand that many of the donors who are giving to them and also to your campaign are going to be people that are brand new to your organization and probably don't know who you are. With that being said, it's an opportunity for your group to engage with new supporters and new individuals. While not everyone will become a repeat donor, this is certainly your chance to make an impression. Now that we've looked at the entire platform, the last setting I want to share with you is Teams. Click on Settings on the black bar and select Teams. Teams work as another layer to your peer-to-peer fundraising efforts. There are a few caveats and rules with Teams. The central administrator must create the team. So the campaign creator has to push the button Create a Team and name the team and give the team a goal. The administrator can create as many teams as they'd like, and you'll notice the team now has a team page. The difference between this and individual fundraisers is that a team groups those individual fundraisers together. Just like an individual fundraiser can edit their page, so can a team. As part of the team functionality, you have some extras at the bottom of the screen. The central administrator will need to create or add a team captain to the team page, so this person receives a link so that they may now administer the page. Generally speaking, most campaigns will allow anyone to join their team. The default setting for this should be yes. The default setting for allow donations on team page should always be yes as well. And what will happen is Dan.Wayne1 will receive an email with a link to join this team. As the team captain, Dan.Wayne1@gmail.com will then have administrative rights to edit the page just as the administrator for First Church is doing here. Navigating back to the campaign, I click on Community Center. That takes me up a level to the master campaign. And now what I'm going to do is log out. So as a general supporter coming to this page, I now have the ability to join a team. There's the Daniels team. And I can select the team I'd like to join from here. So this is how you become an individual fundraiser for a team. Instead of fundraising by yourself, you're joining a team from the page. So it's the same process as becoming a fundraiser, except your funds roll up to the team page and the total amount raised, and the team page rolls up to the community center page. So it's a hierarchy. And obviously the images for teams and individual fundraisers should be changed by those individuals. So I hope you got a lot out of this. If you ever have questions about Fundly's functionality and crowdfunding in general, you can reach out to me directly. And if you have support issues or technical questions, please feel free to reach out to Hope4Humanity as well as support@fundly.com. And we'd be glad to answer your questions. Thank you very much. Have a great day.